This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, alright. Ooh. Yeah, bitch, that's our shit too. Stop motherfucker playing, talking about who motherfucker took what, bitch. So all you do is steal motherfucking crabs. Oh, y'all a bunch of criminals. What? Gangsters, wanksters, studio flunkies, junkies, monkeys, stupid ass backbiters, backpinchers. Oh yeah, get off me, bitch. Get off. I'm stepping on crabs. Bitch. What? Google me, alright. Let's go. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you like, you gonna respect the dog. Get over here.
So, Transvestigation 101. People who have studied the biological differences between males and females, like anthropologists or coroners, are able to tell if a skeleton belonged to a male or a female just by looking at different overall characteristics, features, or biomarkers. When you are transvestigating someone, you're going to want to make sure that you take in as many of the biomarkers as possible, because there are some males who have more feminine features, and there are some females like myself who have an athletic build, so we have more masculine features. On top of that, there are many different ways to try to, surgically change the biomarkers or whatever, and we will get into that in a little bit. But first, let's look at the skull and face. The male skull tends to be wider than the female skull, and the male in general tends to have more sharp and straighter features that make him look more masculine, whereas the female tends to have more curvy, and, well, softer, more feminine features. So here we have a male. You can see he has a brow ridge right here, and his head is sloped back. On the female, however, there is no brow ridge, and the forehead tends to be straight up. Males tend to have higher cheekbones than females, and sometimes you can actually see like the points on their cheekbones when they smile, whereas girls tend to have more soft and plump cheeks. Males tend to have a more pronounced jaw. That's what we refer to as icebreaker jaws. And here you can see how this is more curvy, and yeah. This wide angle here is obviously masculine. Strong jaw lines are a male trait. The female, on the other hand, have soft jaw lines and more feminine features, obviously. Obviously, if a porn star looked like this, they would not be fooling anybody. But there are different surgeries that can be done to feminize the male face and even masculinize a female face. As you can see here, the male neck is very wide and thick. It's pretty much straight up and down, and over here, the female neck comes in more, just a little bit. The head and shoulder ratio between males and females is different in that for males, they have more broad shoulders, and they tend to be wide enough to fit 3 of his heads across. Females, on the other hand, our shoulders are more narrow, and you can generally fit about 2.5 or less of our heads next to each other across our shoulders. Shoulders and hips. As you can see over here, the male shoulders are broad and the hips are narrow. It's pretty much straight up and down here, and the waist falls below the belly button. You'll notice his elbows are higher than this, Whereas the female, our waist is above the belly button and our elbows are basically in the same line as that area. We have narrow shoulders and broad hips for childbirthing, and that creates this beautiful hourglass figure. Here you can see the general ratios of a male and female body. Again, we're looking at the hip, waist, and shoulders. The male waist is lower than the female's and has very narrow hips, but when a male goes through feminization surgery, they will actually take liposuction fat out of here and other areas of his body and put them down here to make him more fat and more feminine-like. Here is the before and after of the male. And even in this picture, you'll notice how long his arms look like. He looks like he has alien arms. You'll actually notice that these long alien arms are found on many of your A-list celebrities, Victoria's Secret models, other models, whatever. When a prepubescent boy is castrated, either physically or chemically with puberty blockers, his body will stay in this prepubescent state, and his arms will keep growing and growing and growing until he ends up looking like one of these alien-armed characters. You may have heard people talking and saying that person has a male or a female digit ratio. This is what they are talking about, comparing the index finger and the ring finger. This is a male, okay? A male is going to be exposed to more testosterone in the womb, and that is ultimately the amount of testosterone that you are exposed to in the womb. If you are exposed to a larger amount, you're going to have a more masculine digit ratio, and your index finger will be shorter than your ring finger. On the flip side, if you are a female and you are exposed to less testosterone in the womb, your index finger should be longer, about the same height as your ring finger. And as you can see, I have a female digit ratio. I have actually seen some of your porn stars with extremely male digit ratios. Actually, I'm going to throw this up here because I'm not going to get to him this time around, but that is a masculine digit ratio. Very, very masculine, okay? So, there you have it.
Alright, y'all. So this is my closing remarks and my final thoughts on this almighty suspect Transvestigation. You know, he comes from the No Jumper Clone Factory. You know, it's full of invertos and perverted, wicked, inverted mofos that come out of there, man. So him being one is no damn surprise to me, honestly. Just take a look at the rest of the freak shows that he hangs out with. Like, you know, it is what it is. And even that dude, Almighty's sidekick, what the fuck was his name? Snowgurp, the Frosty the Snowman dude. Seeing that nigga's titty popping shit. Did y'all see that shit? Nigga, the whole breastises, like, did some weird ass, like, I won't even call it weird. It's odd. You know, because there's nothing wrong with being weird. Matter of fact, y'all niggas need to try to be more weird. You know, fuck what these California niggas is talking about. Blood, you know, we're all weird. You know, shout out to all the weirdos out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to WGBs, all my homies out there. You know, in Inglewood, up to no good. But, you know, I don't know where all this fucking goofy ass, you know, shit comes from the West Coast. It just makes them all look stupid and fucking retarded. You know, and it's apparent, like, look around, y'all. It's nothing but homeless motherfuckers, broke motherfuckers, bunch of fucking perverted, inverted motherfuckers like this. And even look at what's on the wall behind Blood. Like, look at this goofy ass shit. It says KKK 666. Blood, K is 11. K is number 11 in Gematria, Blood. So it's 11, 11, 11. It's not 666. Fucking goofy. You know, just full of fucking, just stupid. Like, you know, you might as well just write stupid on this nigga forehead. But another thing is, the blood always talking about this pimp shit, pimp street, and all this bullshit, blood. First off, blood, I ain't never seen you on no blade. See, you was pressing Kelpie about being on a blade and all this shit, blood. I ain't never seen you on a blade. I ain't never seen you with no bitches, just like Kelpie said, blood. I ain't never seen you with no bitches. Where's your bitches at? You know what I'm saying? like where can I go get, where can I come find some Almighty Suspects bitches, blood? Like, blood, you ain't got no bitches. That's another thing, blood. So I'm like, this perpetrating ass pimp, fake ass pimp street ass nigga, bro. Fuck out of here. Just like that crab street. Running around crab street this, crab street that. Blood ain't no goddamn crab. Cut that nonsense out. But it's just a bunch of fucking niggas, you know what I'm saying, wannabe niggas. Like, y'all ain't real niggas. Y'all a bunch of busters, some fucking custers. Just saying, jeez. I want to be Power Street so fucking bad. Like, you ain't Power Street. Y'all niggas ain't from Power Street. Y'all niggas is from some fucking goofy ass, no name ass street though. Nobody give a flying fuck about, blood. Y'all niggas ain't from Power Street. You're not from Hoover Street. Nigga, you not one of the homies. You know what I'm saying? And it is one of the, it's that. It's just that, blood. So, that's how I feel about this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, I particularly like Almighty Suspect's music. I wish he would be talking about some better shit, some different shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his height of his career is going at the nigga who he came up with. You feel me? So it's like, blood, I can't relate to shit like that. I don't want to hear that shit, and I don't give a flying fuck about it. I think blood need to move past it, make better music. But all this pimp street shit, I don't want to hear that shit. That, you know, that shit should have been dead soon as you and the suspect Gerp nigga split up or whatever. That shit was some bullshit. No way. Like, you know what I'm saying? You was getting your little play and you got your little clout off of that, but that's about it, blood. That's really it. And I don't know. You got all this just controversy around you, and you know you've been like a fucking industry baby, you know what I'm saying, with your father being a part of the industry and all that shit. So it just, you know, it's just all these fucking red flags. And then, you know, your appearance, it's like I could kind of see why you ain't around other bitches, because you look like a bitch, you know, like you. And then he really got like really female tendencies, you know what I'm saying, like you popping up and punching out the goofy Kelpie nigga because he called you a bitch, you know, and all that shit. And you ain't even put no damage on, blood. Like, I seen that fight, blood. You ain't put no power behind them. You look like you was hitting that nigga with some goddamn pillowcases. It look like a pillow fight, blood. Like, no way. Me, as a grown adult, I'm towering over a motherfucker and I'm blasting him. He got his hands down. You just let you blast his ass, and you ain't really put no damage on that boy. You know, and if you felt the type of way, you should definitely rock this nigga's socks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the you know, if I got up on anybody like that, like their face, I'm just saying permanent damage. You know, I'm just saying 3-0. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section below, though. And I'm gonna wrap this video up. But as far as Transvestigation on this dude, he definitely looks like a fucking FTM. Come on now. He's like, his whole body is built like, it look like you could put a bun in this nigga's oven. That ass. You look like you could put a bun in your oven, blood. What the fuck? No way in the world would I be walking around with a shirt off and I got curves and hips and dips and shit like that, blood. Like I'm a big nigga right now, blood. I'm 290 right now. I'm near 300 and something pounds again. I like the height of my weight, I was 360. I was huge, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not saying that that's a good thing or nothing like that. You definitely want to regulate yourself and make sure you keep your body in check and all that. But blood, your ass, you just a small little dainty curvy little nigga, blood. That shit is, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. You ain't the first in LA. You ain't the last in LA or wherever the fuck you at. In Inglewood, wherever the fuck your ass at. You ain't the first to look like that. You ain't the first curvy she I done seen, blood. So I seen you from a mile away. And like I said, I could tell why you ain't around other bitches, because you start to look like a bitch. I'm pretty sure niggas gonna be like, shut your bitch ass up, you fucking bitch ass nigga. You look like a fucking bisexual, trisexual dyke, nigga. I'm just saying. So yeah, this is my closing statement on this subject. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. It's the dog. Welcome back. It's the